Last episode, we talked a little bit about those spoon rests in the background. And I can't remember a time, at least on this show, where I've seen an actual spoon rest for the spoons. Usually, it's just a plate. Like off in the distance there, I think they're using a plate for the tongs. Why aren't they using a spoon rest for the tongs as well? Are the spoon rests that exquisite that they can only be used for spoons?
And they're not even using them. The spoons are in the buffet food.
Yeah. Yeah.
When do the spoons rest? How long do they need to rest between spooning? We don't know.
Well, the last person that came through this buffet and served themselves whatever's in those trays, they leave the utensil in the food, jammed, lodged, sticking out of the food, when they can see very clearly that there is a rest for the utensil.
Spoon rest.
But I might have done the same thing. I might have just left the spoon in there, because the thought of taking the spoon out, whacking it on the side of the thing to get all of the sticky stuff off, and then resting it on the spoon rest, full well knowing that the handle is going to intersect the adjacent spoon rest, kind of doesn't make sense, because everything's going to get all tangled up and utensil handles are going to get dirty.
True.
With the next door neighbor's other dish. So are those spoon rests really that practical? I think the thought was there, but I don't think the practicality is there.
It's a good point. Long point. It was took the whole show, but it was good. It was a good point.
You can't even turn those spoon rests around because they'll probably fall off the buffet. And if you rest the spoon on the spoon rest with the handle sticking out into the buffet, then somebody walking by will just knock everything onto the floor with their pelvis.
Their hip.
Yeah.
Their buffet hip.
I think buffet pelvis has a nicer ring to it.
Okay. Well,
buffet pelvis.
You said it.
Yeah.
So, I would agree. It's a nice touch to have the spoon rest. What about, have you ever seen those spoon rests where they're it's like a clasp, like a clamshell, and the spoon goes inside of the clamshell so you can't see it? You know what I'm talking about?
No, that must be a very exquisite buffet that has those.
Yeah. So basically the spoon, you don't see all the dried on residue from the buffet food because it goes in like a little spoon garage and it's hidden. So you don't see it until you pull it out, and then you see it and you're already committed. But the knocking of getting the stuff off the spoon, I don't think you can ever get it all off certain buffet menu items. Do you? I don't think it comes off. You would have to, if I was at the house, I might wipe it with a towel to get all the stuff off, or I might lick it. But you can't do that at a buffet, can you? You can't take that spoon and insert it in your mouth and use your teeth in your mouth to close it and pull it out and remove all the residue and eat it. You can't do that.
What do you think is the greatest enemy to the spoon in terms of foods that stick? I'm going to boldly say that I believe that it's cheese.
Cheese is tough. Yeah. What about Italian food with cheese? Like pasta and cheese and everything in a Italian buffet? There's a lot of spoons that are doing dark duty at those sort of buffets.
You're just using my answer. You're just saying cheese again, but you expanded it into Italian food to make it sound like your idea is some new idea that's completely different from mine.
Buffet's making me so tired. It's just I'm tired looking at it.
Do you want to talk about the show for a little bit?
On the show?
Yeah.
No. Let's get
Why?
another picture so you can have so we can have another episode.
Well, you don't want to talk about the show on the show?
No, that's weird.
Yeah, but
What do you
I have some interesting things to say about the show.
says who?
Says me.
Says I know you said you have some things. I'm asking who says they're interesting.
Me.
Can things that you isn't the other doesn't the interest come from someone else actually having the interest? Can you have interesting things for yourself, or don't you need a don't you customarily need someone else to therefore wouldn't you
Well,
need a recipient of the interest? Like, you know what I mean?
I was thinking of doing a few new things here on the show, proposing some new ideas, seeing what our viewers thought. I don't think that's unreasonable. We like to involve our viewers in things, and if we're going to change anything or do anything new, we like them to be involved and get their feedback. But I guess you're not going to hear about it this week.
It's not interest. I'm not interested.
Okay. We'll just
Not
keep doing.
interest. Not, it's not interesting. We'll do it on the next episode, not this one.
Is that what's going to make everybody watch the next episode?
Yeah, because the what you said was going to be interesting won't be in this episode. It'll be in the next one.
Okay.
So the build up to the interest,
Okay.
it's going to be interesting. That's interesting.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. Let's just give it a try.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with trying something new,
Yeah.
different from what you wanted to do.
You're right. You're right, Bill. I don't know why I have these moments where I doubt you.
Sometimes I wish I could just reach through the camera and punch you in the face.